That's what it was this whole time. That's what it was this whole time. Seriously? Oh my gosh. That's what it was this. So yeah, I'm a doofus. Thank you for everybody who is here and that you caught that I muted myself. When this is all done, I will be sure to edit and just cut that part out. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. Like, oh my, that's like the worst. Well, thank you to everybody who is here. Oh gosh, what I was going to say, let me put my good mic back on here, because apparently I was like turning it all off. I was like, what is going on here? It's just I had myself muted. Hey everybody. Welcome back to Prince's Friend, Exploring Music Through Prince. Basically, the reason I wanted to jump on here and do a live stream, occasionally I jump on and do like a weekend live stream. The main reason, though, is that I actually kind of skipped this whole last week. There's just been a lot of stuff going on, not only personally, but everybody knows the other stuff that's been going on in the nation, in the United States at least. Actually, no, I mean, it affected the whole world. So now that I think everybody can kind of breathe again, I thought, well, you know, let me go ahead and jump on. I do have some things that I want to talk about and some updates, some info on upcoming videos and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll have a good time. But mostly this is more just we can all breathe. And you know, I always love coming and engaging with all of you anyway. So don't forget to go ahead and put your you can put your info in, you know, questions and stuff in the comments. I'll be jumping through those, you know, whenever I'm done kind of talking about things and whatnot. I'll definitely be jumping on your questions. Don't forget, you know, you can comment or whatever. One big thing is obviously I want to say that this channel is, you know, especially with everything that's been happening, again, not only personally, but in the world, it has actually, you know, slowed down my release schedule and in a way that I never anticipated, and I'm not very happy with the fact that I have not been getting more regular content out to you guys, I would say, for at least the last couple of months. So I apologize for that. But even despite that, we're still hitting, you know, we're getting more and more channel supporters. So you guys, my wall of gratitude that I put at the end of every video now, like you guys make it all worth it. Like you guys are you're the ones that make it happen. And I want to give a huge shout out to Gary Shepard, Wayne, Zach Fender, Gus Music, who I actually even just saw here in the comments, Molette and Nadine Ford. Those are all of my newest supporters, both from YouTube membership and Patreon. I kind of count them as like one, you know, it's all just big one happy family, regardless of where you want to, you know, sign up. You are supporting the channel. But one thing that I noticed was, oh my gosh, like we're up to 96 supporters, meaning we're only 4 supporters away from 100. So like that's amazing, first off. And I wonder if within the time span of this live stream, can we hit 100? I wonder. If we do, I have actually something I want to give away to somebody if we hit 100. We'll see what happens. I'm just saying, if we hit 100 supporters, so that means I need 4 people in the stream right now to join Patreon or whatever, and then I'll give somebody something, because I have something which I think actually a lot of people might already have, but whatever. It would be fun. But yes, I do see some questions popping up there, so that's awesome. And I'm going to be talking more about that stuff. But yes, the channel supporters, I did, like I said, I wanted to give big shout outs to all the people who are supporting me and the channel here and everything. I also want to give a big shout out to a man by the name of Duke Eatman. Some of you guys might know Duke. He works for the CBC, the Canadian Broadcast something. I don't know what the C stands for. I think it's the channel, possibly. He actually hit me up yesterday, and he's actually a music historian, and if you look him up, Duke Eatman, not Eastman, don't take that, Eatman, Eatmon. You can look him up on YouTube. You can look him up on the internet. Like, he's done tons of stuff, and I had an amazing conversation with him yesterday just about history, and I learned a bunch of stuff from him, like just in the 2 hours that we spoke. So I hope we speak again. He is really, really cool guy. But definitely look him up, and I wanted to give him a shout out as well. Really, really cool guy. And so there's that. So those two things. The other thing is, and I noticed that there was a question here, where are the Sign of the Times reviews? So Sign of the Times reviews. What's going on with the Sign of the Times reviews is I have, like, I think the first 3 kind of written. But with my math, it looks like it's going to be probably 8 videos before I'm through that entire that entire review for such a huge set and so much to cover, so many things to talk about. It looks like it's going to be probably about 8 videos. So look out for those. The plan is that I will actually start recording them tomorrow. So I might even have the first one up on Tuesday, if things work out the way that I want them to work out. So that's really great. And I've just been listening to it on repeat over and over again so I can get an idea for what I'm going to be talking about and whatnot. But yeah, so yeah, about 8 videos. It's looking like, so just lots of stuff, lots of stuff to talk about. One other thing that I was really excited about, and I'm kind of almost more excited than about Sign of the Times, is that I actually got my hands on some additional, like, tracks from the Emancipation era. And since we're in that era right now, I will likely do 1 or 2 videos to kind of highlight those additional songs that I've just heard just recently, and I'm like, whoa, like, this is really cool. One of them is one that has actually been circulating a lot, and it was Prince's song 2020. As soon as like January 1st, 2020 came around, that song got floated around a lot by a lot of the different Prince communities that I was in, and I liked it. But I was always wondering where it came from, and it was actually, it looked like, from the stuff that I have, it looks like it's from but I have to do more research, but it looks like it's from an early, like, draft of Emancipation, like a quick, like, teaser, which was like 9 tracks, and some of the tracks were the same as Emancipation. Some of them were the same songs, but slightly different, and there were, like, 3 new songs on there that I had never heard before. So that's pretty cool. I also got my hands. This is just crazy, y'all. This is the beauty of, like, being a Prince friend here, is that on top of that, I also got my hands on a bunch of tracks that Prince did in 2013 with Third Eye Girl, and they were also ones that I had never heard. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's just the amount of music is just ridiculous. And again, I'll be talking about all of these things, in upcoming videos, and really trying to hone in on, why did these ones get kind of thrown to the wayside? Like, I already saw that, like, there's a couple of songs that had pieces that went into other songs. So, Prince was never just, oh man, it is just ridiculous. So just getting my hands on that stuff is just really wonderful. Having great conversations, again, with so many of you, but also just others. It's so much fun, doing this channel, and I wish I could just do it 24/7. I would just jump on here and talk for 8 hours and then get off. Like, I would totally do that. But there is one other thing, and this is more of a personal thing, but I don't know if you guys noticed that I'm not wearing glasses right now, and that is because I just got LASIK. So I'll share that with you guys. And it was a little scary, kind of going into it, but you know, I survived. I guess that's the right word. But yeah, so there is a bunch of stuff coming. Like I said, 8 Sign of Times videos. There's going to be a few more videos about some of these lost tracks that I have. I also have some tracks that I already had in, you know, so I mean, there you go. Like I got my hands on some some MPG Music Club tracks like a couple of years ago that I've just been waiting to be able to hit that era, because we do our we do our reviews in order. So the next official review is technically Kama Sutra. I have about half of that written, but I haven't finished it. Instrumentals are hard to write reviews for, I've learned. But yeah, so we have about, so the next official one is Kama Sutra, and then New Power Soul and whatnot. But since we've already done Emancipation, I will likely jump back and do some of these lost tracks from Emancipation that I got my hands on. So I'll likely end up doing that. But when a new deluxe edition comes out, that skips the line. That's just how that is. Also, something coming, and it might be December. Maybe I'll do it in December. But I have like 5 or 6 different books from different people in the Prince camp that I need to do reviews for, and a couple of them I've already read, and I'll have to reread them, and a couple of them I just got, so I'm going to be having to read those, you know, quickly, I guess, but you know, to get through. But I have, gosh, I probably should have made a list. But I have obviously Neil Carlin's book. I have Wally Safford's book that I need to read. I have Brown Mark's book that I'm going to read. I have Pepe Willie's book that I'm going to read. And there's a couple of other, there's like 1 or 2 other books that I have, and I can't remember who they're by, but there's a bunch of books that I have that I need to read. And when I'm done with that, then I'm going to be coming and probably having like a whole month of book reviews, because that's, I mean, if you have a whole bunch of books, you might as well just lump them all into, you know, make an event of it. Maybe we'll have a book review week, and I'll just throw them all up there. So I guess we'll see, you know, what ends up happening with that, I guess. For anybody who's interested in what's happening with me and my band, we actually did just take the last month off to work on some other things. I've been, again, dealing with personal things and recovering from LASIK and whatnot. But we actually are jumping back into the production of it all, actually this coming week. So we're going to have some music. The plan is to actually start releasing some music in the new year, but we have a lot of stuff kind of completed. So I'm very excited to share some of that stuff with you guys. Let's see. Hello from Vancouver. Hello. So that's pretty much it. But also, there was a news article that I read that I kind of wanted to touch on, and I don't know if it's, I don't know how real it is, or what the ramifications of, you know, the what's going to happen because of this article. But I read an article, and I did not bring it up before this, but there I was I was wondering what was happening with the Prince estate. So I actually looked it up, and there was a news article that said that statue, that statue in front of Paisley Park, is just the first step in making Paisley Park, quote unquote, like even more Prince. And I'm like, oh gosh, what does this mean? I don't know what this means. It's it could mean just about anything. It could mean that they're going to put his symbol constantly everywhere so you can see it from space. It could be that they're just going to, you know, change some of the carpeting. I mean, it could be that they're just going to change up some of the pictures and stuff inside. It could be that they're going to, you know, release more music and have maybe listening parties for new albums. So there's a lot of different things that they could do with something like this. I'm very curious as to what that statement means of Paisley Park is going to be even more Paisley Park. We'll see. I've also gotten some updates on the Netflix documentary from my discussions with people. that I will not divulge names for. So I will also be bringing that information. I wish that I just had more time in my days. Basically, you know, I have kids, and kids are a time drain. And I love my kids, but they're a time drain. So I've been spending a lot of my time working with them with school and transportation, and not doing videos for you guys. But one other thing that I've been doing is I've been learning the piano. Yes, you guys do see the guitars up here, and that's actually my bass right there. That's my bass behind me. But I also now have a piano right over. You can't see it in the shot, but it's right here. So now that I also have a piano, I've been learning how to play piano quite a bit, actually. I've gotten really good. And I'm patting myself on the back there quite a bit. I've gotten pretty good. I could say that I'm no longer a beginner, and possibly I might be intermediate. Definitely not an expert of any kind. But I already purchased this. But I did purchase this piano for, you know, it's not an 88 key, it's like 76 keys, and it's not necessarily like the best one. So maybe for Christmas, I might end up getting myself maybe a better one that I'll be able to do maybe more professional stuff on. But I really enjoy it. I might put it up on Facebook. My old one, I might put it up on Facebook to sell it. But yeah, I mean, so that's a lot of stuff that's been happening right now in Princess Friend world. So you know, it's cool to see. um Again, it's like so much support from you guys, even though I've been posting less. I still get hit up on Facebook all the time, Twitter. You know, you guys are just amazing, and I've been loving it. And thank you for being so patient with me. I have been taking my time when it comes to really. I didn't want to like just jump on top of the Sign of the Times deluxe and just immediately do things. Like the unboxing was easy because it was like I hit record and then I opened it up. But I really wanted to make sure that if I was going to do these reviews, that they're going to be good. And that means you're going to get so many videos because of it. So just look out for that. You guys are going to be astounded at how many you are going to get. So let's see. I'm going to start going through some of these questions here. So it says here, please find me a file. I had it under a rough cut of the song Purple Rain. Does anyone know the name? I think Yusuf, you have actually posted that in the comments a few times. I don't know. I don't know what the original track that ended up becoming Purple Rain was called. I just don't know. So yeah, anyway, I'm just very not sure. And I have to skip past all of these, hey, you're muted, Aloy, because you're stupid, comments here. So let me get past those real quick. Let's see here. What the heck is a doofus? That's a very good question. It is a mix between a goofus and a dork. Oh, I think that might be a dorcas. There's a lot of different words for what I did. So what is my favorite album? So this is kind of interesting with Topps E rankings. Yeah, I actually just did a video saying like it's really hard for me to say what my favorite album or song is. I would refer you to that one because I talk a bunch about some of my favorites, but how like I can't really necessarily say one of them is my all-time favorite. A few of those being Artificial Age, Love Sexy, Gold Experience, good stuff, you know, great stuff. You will notice that there are not a lot of 80s songs in my top 10, you know, if I was to make a top 10. Oh, Musicology, obviously. And that's just because, you know, it's a different flavor than the stuff that I came into Prince with. That's just how it is. Maisha, thank you for coming, Maisha. I love you. I'm glad that you were able to join. So there's that. Let's see here. Also, Alex Trebek just died. That is kind of sad. Oh, sorry, sorry, Alex Trebek. Trebek. Yeah, that's how you say it. Hey, Madison, if you got to go to church, feel free. I am. I am here to ramble and to just spend time with some of my favorite people, so it's not going to be super exciting. There sadly has not been like huge Prince news. The biggest news is Sign of the Times, and just a bunch of the different songs. One thing that I really kind of like about Sign of the Times Deluxe, and I'll go ahead and say it here, and I might say it again in my review, but there was this thing when I first came on the scene, right after Prince died. And I remember that I joined these communities, and there were just a lot of people who were like, I don't know, very kind of elitist, is I guess the best way that I can say it. And I remember that the song Wally was one of those songs that like, if you were like, ooh, if I'm the best Prince friend, and I don't say friend, I say fam, and all of that stuff. But like, those were the types of people, excuse me, who were like, well, yeah, you probably haven't heard Wally. Of course you haven't. We're much better than you. So I actually really love the fact that this ultra rare track that was believed to have been deleted, that only the people who were like masters of the bootleg, they were the only ones who had it. And I'm kind of happy now everyone has it. Like, that's how I feel about when vault tracks get released. I feel like it evens the playing field. And there's not really any difference. And a lot of people like will come onto my channel. They'll be like, man, you know so much. And how do you have this song and that song? And I'll be like, I come across just stuff as I kind of have it. But when I find out about something, I share it with you guys. And I'm not necessarily like sending the files out because that would be illegal. But, I'm like, hey, I heard about this song. Let me tell you guys about it. If you guys can find it, definitely, grab a copy. And that's how I feel. That's what you're supposed to do with Prince's music. But I'm happy that the elitism is dying. And there's tons of people who know way more than I know. But I don't know the things and keep it to myself. That's how I feel. Anyway, 8 videos, damn, exactly. Do you mean the first time Prince performed the song Purple Rain versus live? Yusuf? Yeah, and well, I don't think that's what he's talking about. I think he's talking about something else. So let's see here. There's some other stuff here. What do I think the next releases will be? So this is a very good question, and I don't necessarily know the answer, and I have no inroads to be able to give you an answer, like a for sure answer. I can give you my guess. My guess is that the next releases, so if they're going to do another super deluxe, I think, deluxe or super deluxe, whatever you want to call it, I believe that if they do another deluxe, it's going to be Diamonds and Pearls. I did a video like almost a year ago, excuse me, but it was basically running down all of Prince's top selling albums to try and predict what the next super deluxe was going to be. And at the end of that video, I had determined that it was either going to be Diamonds and Pearls because it is the highest selling album that has not had a deluxe version yet, or it would be Sign of the Times because that's what all of the community and the fans want. So they ended up going with Sign of the Times, but I still stand by that if they did a Diamonds and Pearls deluxe, it would make a lot of money. Like a ton of money. That's my thought on it. I really do believe that it would. Let's see. I just realized this is the first time I have seen you without your glasses. Yes. It was funny too. On my Facebook, I posted a picture of me with a mask on. Of me with a mask on but no glasses. And everybody was just like, wow, that's such a great mask. And I'm like, no one has noticed that I'm not wearing glasses. I thought it was pretty obvious. I can't look in the mirror without it being completely obvious that I'm not wearing glasses. Like, it's like the first thing I see nowadays. So, uh, yeah, kind of interesting. I read Brown Mark's book. It was good. Good. That's giving me good vibes. At least I'll know what I'm getting into. I've actually heard only good things about it, so I'm excited about that. So, can you see right after laser surgery? Oh, yeah. Let's have questions about the LASIK, because honestly, I've been talking about it with everybody for like weeks now. It doesn't. So when you get LASIK, they essentially, they are, hurting your eye in order to fix it. Kind of like any surgery, you do have to heal. The healing process, though, takes maybe there's like 4 or 5 hours of actual pain right after. But if you knock yourself out with some Benadryl, you can sleep right through it. And then you wake up, and then there actually isn't any pain. There's like some discomfort at first, because it feels like, your eyes are getting, used to it. But really, yeah, you can see pretty much right after. It, it almost after, and then as time goes on, the haze around lights and stuff kind of starts to go away. I do want to just touch on this super chat real quick that I just got from Devin. So thank you, Devin, for the super chat. Wow, thank you. It says, please do a reaction to Funk You to 2020 Kiss Rhythm. If you get the chance, homage to Prince. So, funny enough, and actually I should probably, where is that? Here it is. So that's what a super chat looks like. And if you want to do a super chat, feel free to do a super chat, and then I'll be sure to jump the line for your question. So I did actually see this video because I am on YouTube almost constantly, and I saw the video. It's Funk You 2020, and it's essentially a song saying how terrible 2020 is to Kiss, like a karaoke background of Kiss. It's so a reaction to it. I thought that the lyrics were kind of funny. I don't know if the person singing was in key. It didn't sound like they were. But I am all for a nice, fun joke video. I have done many of them myself. I feel like it was fun. It was a fun listen for anybody who wants to go and listen to somebody, sing a Prince song, but saying, F you to 2020. But I will say that it wasn't necessarily, if I was going to review it, I'd be like, as a singer, I love how I can say that now, as a singer. But as a singer, I've been told many times how off key I can be. And I will. I'm happy to say that I have improved. So, so there is that. But thank you so much, Devin. And hopefully you post more things. I'll definitely go and check out more things too. Let's see. I would like to have saved up some money before they bring out the next deluxe version. Do it. I would save up. It depends on if you're vinyl or if you're a CD. Like, I'm a CD dude, so like $150. Like, I could save that up pretty easily. But like if it was an LP thing, like that's like $350, almost $400. Like, whoa. It's much different than the the little amounts that I deal with when I'm doing that. I would like a Lovesexy deluxe release. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Remember, I just said one of my very favorite albums was Lovesexy. I would love that. I would love that. Look forward to hearing my music. Thank you. Thank you, by the way, Linda. And good to see you, Linda. Thank you. Linda, if you don't know, I met Linda in person at Celebration, and she became a fast fave of mine. So thank you, Linda. So let's see. I appreciate your awesome videos and reviews. Thank you so much, and I apologize again that I have not been as quick with getting them out as I would like at this point. Let's see. Remember when Jesse Johnson launched Tamara and the Scene and Cool School? I do know Tamara and the Scene. I don't know Cool School. I have to look that one up. I actually don't know that one. I will look it up though. So let's see. let me see. Oh, it's Linda again. Okay, so hello, Aloy. No R. Hello, Aloy. Finally made your live stream, your live feed. Since you've been writing and playing your own music, do your kids get involved? That's a good question. I've been trying to get my kids to be interested in making music and learning how to play. My youngest Evan, he is very excited, and I've taught him how what numbers you're with the keyboard, like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He knows how to hit the keys and stuff. Mostly he just likes to annoy me while I'm practicing, but that's just my bubby. That's my bubby for me. I hope that they do a Batman deluxe. I don't see it happening. I don't see it coming. I don't see it. And that's only just because Warner Brothers is about to give up. They're about to no longer have the rights to stuff from Prince's vault and stuff like that. So in 2021, that's when Sony is officially going to take over. So we'll see. Lorraine, hey Lorraine, hey. I hope you're doing well with you and your surgery. Have you seen the DVDs of Prince's Lovesexy tour? Do you know if it's been released in the US? I saw someone post it. I didn't know that there was a DVD of it, but I've seen the concert. I've seen the official, the big Lovesexy concert. I didn't know that there were DVDs of it though. That would be something I'd have to look up. But if there are, oh my gosh, that show is so great. I love that show. Let's see. Oh, hey, Chef Carter. Hey, if everybody's not subscribed to Chef Carter, you should subscribe to Chef Carter. Just saying. She has some of the best recipes. I actually bought a skillet, a cast iron skillet, because that's what she uses a lot on her channel. And I was like, ooh, I have to I have to buy one of those now so I can make a couple of the things that she made. I've always said that I'm the worst Prince fan. I don't know much, but always had love for Prince and all of you. We love you too. And yeah, and that's the thing. Honestly, for me, and I every time I post something, I'll post hey, I did a video about this song and not a lot of people know the song. And I'll get comments from people who are just like, I'm the worst. How did I not know about this song? And it's just calm down. It ain't life or death. I know about some stuff, and most of the stuff that I learn about or that I'm making a video about, I only just learned about. So it's not like I know a ton of stuff. I always have my ear to the ground, so I'm always on the lookout for new things. So let's see. My money would be for Around the World in a Day as the next deluxe. And I think I had said that was a second, that was if it wasn't Diamonds and Pearls due to money, if it wasn't Diamonds and Pearls, it would be Around the World in a Day due to how much those albums made. So I guess that was my third choice, because I had said Sign of the Times, Diamonds and Pearls, and then Around the World in a Day. Parade, from what I've heard, there's because Shakira says Parade. What I've heard, there's a whole lot of stuff from that era that actually would be pretty cool to hear. But that wasn't necessarily the best-selling album, so I don't know if that one would get it just for sales. I mean, and that's the thing, right? It depends on if the people who are releasing these deluxe editions are releasing them for us, or if they're releasing them for everyone. And if they're releasing them for everybody, then they're going to release the ones with the most mass appeal. If they're releasing them for us, then they would release Parade next, because that's the next one on the list of the ones that the majority of Prince friends love. So it just kind of depends on what their how they're looking at it. And I don't know. I don't know. Do you think that they will redo Purple Rain Super Deluxe Edition? Amongst some fans, they believe it will happen due to more vault tracks that weren't included. I mean, that's a good idea. I would say that they wouldn't do it before they sold out of all of the Purple Rain ones. Here's the interesting thing, is that when they did the Purple Rain Super Deluxe, they printed so many of them, which is why it's still on sale now. When they did 1999 and Sign of the Times, just so everybody knows, those are more limited. So you can buy it. If you don't buy it now, you might not be able to get it in physical form for the near future. And that's a lot of people did not jump on 1999 Super Deluxe when it came out, or Deluxe. It's only Super Deluxe for Sign of the Times. they didn't get the deluxe edition for $19.99, and now we are a year later, and you can't get it unless you pay like triple what it actually sold for originally. So like that's the, people bought it for collectors and to sell them after the fact because they knew it was going to be limited. So Amber Johnson, when am I going to do the Musicology album review? So I did actually, I just mentioned that kind of earlier, but we do our Prince album reviews, our official ones. We do it in order. So the next official review is Kama Sutra, followed by New Power Soul, then followed by, I believe, then Rave Into and Unto. Then we're going to get into the 2000, the Rainbow Children. I think then we get News, and then I think then Musicology, and I might maybe have even forgotten a few albums here and there in the middle of those. But yeah, so it's going to be a while, definitely 2021, especially since I'm about to probably spend the next 2 weeks. Maybe 3 on just Sign of the Times. So we'll see. I think it's great that you're learning music. I myself am trying to learn piano and guitar and all that, but I got some problems. Hen Cotton, it's weird. What I've been doing is I've been trying to find that instrument that speaks to me. Because I started on guitar and I enjoyed guitar, but my brain doesn't think in guitar. If I'm like, oh, let me come up with a melody, like my hands and my brain doesn't sync up that way. I've taught myself a little bit of guitar, I taught myself a little bit of bass, but I felt like this wasn't, it wasn't how my brain worked. So, but what I've been doing is on the piano though, it's been syncing a little bit more with my brain. Although I will say my left hand chords need some work. So, so honestly, for me, it's just about finding that instrument that speaks, that not only speaks to you, but then that you can speak through. So that's the trick. So if piano and guitar aren't doing it for you, try the bass, try a trumpet, try an organ. No, I guess that's the same as a piano. Anyway, I would say just try a lot of different things. Maybe you're a percussionist, try out everything that you can. That's how my life is. Funky Juice, what are your thoughts on Piano and Microphone 83? I thought it was fantastic. It really showed off his voice. So, oh my gosh, I get a lot of flack for my review of Piano and Microphone 83. The main reason is because I treated it like it was an album release, which it kind of also wasn't. They took a recording that was called Intimate Moments with Prince, and they cut it in half, and then they just released the half where he was practicing and coming up with songs. And if that was released as kind of a side disc, here's 1999 Deluxe, and then here's Piano and a Microphone 83 as an extra disc to kind of show you this is where he was coming up with these ideas and where he was working through his melodies and stuff, and that it was beautiful, honestly, to hear, because you can hear everything clicking tick 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 in his brain. But if you release that as just an album, it wasn't an album, and I reviewed it as the album that it wasn't. So I said a bunch of negative things, but I mean, it actually is very beautiful, and I actually really like it. But as a release, and as the first posthumous release from Prince, that was definitely not what it needed to be. That was honestly, it was not good, because it came out before Purple Rain Deluxe did. So I had issues with not the album, not it itself, but with what it was. Anyway, you guys get it. I'm gonna stop. So let's see. Hey, Amos, thank you for the channel. Old School Soldier here, loving Prince since 1980. Wow. Yeah, that is what's my printer going off right now? My printer's so weird. It just occasionally decides to go off. Do you think that the estate will re-release The Family and Madhouse or even Sheila E? So what I will say is that Sheila E, even if that was Prince's like music that he wrote most of it and she sang it and stuff, she had a separate, contract with Warner Brothers. Same with The Family, same with Madhouse. Same with New Power Generation. A lot of people have been wondering, like, hey, how come when all of Prince's stuff went to streaming, we didn't get Exodus, we didn't get New Power Soul, we didn't get the New Power Generation albums, which are Prince, but he didn't put it as Prince, he put it as New Power Generation. And it's because there's different licensing involved, and because the deal that was signed was for Prince's music, it kind of throws not only symbol stuff, but also the things that weren't his. So they could if they wanted to, and honestly, those will still end up belonging to Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers has all the power in the world to do that. Now, the question is that worth their time? If you look at the Times releases, they sold a lot because of Prince, and Prince was there to help promote them and get him the hype and stuff. But the Time albums themselves, especially through the years, and if we take some of like Morris Day's solo stuff and maybe you could throw some of that in there and all that stuff, like they don't necessarily sell that well. So it would be just a matter of whether that's worth it to not that's not even the estate at that point. I think that that's just Warner Brothers, because I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I haven't looked into that. That would just be my guess. And same with Sheila E. Like Sheila E's still releasing albums, so they could make a deal with her to do a super deluxe of some of her early stuff and whatnot. And I'm sure she would be happy to do that. So I don't know. Maybe next time I talk to Sheila, because I've never talked to her. But if I ever do talk to her, I'll ask her that. Let's see. Absolute legend. I hope you're doing good. Thank you, Duke. Thank you. And this is a different Duke. That's 2 Dukes that I know now. That's crazy. Let's see. Do I love musicology? Yeah, of course. Who doesn't? I've noticed on YouTube that people are posting Prince rehearsal videos. They are awesome extensions of the talent of the band at the mastery of Prince. Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those as well. Some of my favorite ones are from the Musicology tour, and I really enjoy them. I don't necessarily like them as backdrop to like like when they did it for Nothing Compares to You, and I thought it worked out, but then they did it again for Manic Monday, and I'm like, nah, that didn't really work. But I do like seeing them. Let's see. Purple Cat Confetti. I tuned out the world this week, but still had to be an essential worker as a nanny, enjoying every music note from Prince. Yeah, I probably should have checked out this week, but I'm a little bit of a politic junkie, so I do follow politics very closely, like super closely, like too closely. So yeah, so there you go. So Trey says, I got lucky and I was able to buy it at Electric Fetus, Minneapolis record store. Yeah, we all know. And the 1999 Super Deluxe about a month ago, and called him and had it, and they had it sent to my house, which is great because there's a lot of people who were not able to get their hands on those. So definitely good on you that you were able to. I would love to hear your review of 2010 when we get there. I've come to love that album. It took me 8, maybe 9 years before it clicked with my brain. But I actually do very much love it now. And specific tracks really stand out. And some of the tracks are not as good as others, but that's just any album, really. That's just me. So let's see. How was the surgery you had? My surgery was wonderful. Thank you. My surgery was very quick. But basically I took like a week off of doing anything that was going to like really strain my eye. The weirdest thing that I have noticed, Connie Dunn, new member, thank you so much, by the way, for joining. That is yet another member. We only need 3 more to hit 100 members, so that's pretty awesome. What ended up happening is not wearing. Here's the thing. So thank you, Connie, and I see your posts everywhere, so thank you. Blah, blah, blah. I'm getting myself all tongue-tied. After the surgery, what I've noticed from not wearing glasses is that more air hits my glasses, or hits my eyes, so it would dry them out faster. But also, I always like bought glasses that had like blue light protection and like eases your eyes and all that. Like it would protect my eye when I would be sitting in front of a computer for hours at a time. And I noticed that I no longer had that. So it's kind of weird, but my eyes have adjusted, and I still do eye drops and stuff, but it's fun. I enjoy not having to wear glasses, although I do a lot of this and a lot of this because I keep wanting to adjust it, but it just doesn't, there's nothing there, so I can't adjust it if there's nothing there. So yeah, so there you go. Let's see. So I have noticed a few Sign of the Times reviews. Certain people feel the estate is creating a narrative about the revolution, saying that the Sign of the Times was their last album with Prince. Well, what I will say to that is that kinda, like, not all of the tracks, but some of the tracks. The majority of the tracks that ended up on Sign of the Times were just Prince. But some of them were like ones that he had kind of started with them and then he fired them, so he finished them himself. So there might be ideas and stuff that they contributed to some of those songs. That said, if that's not what they're saying and they're saying instead, no, totally, like, we were on a lot of that stuff. Like, there's a reason why Dream Factory wasn't released. Dream Factory was mostly Revolution stuff, and a lot of those tracks ended up on the Super Deluxe, but there's a reason why those weren't on Sign of the Times. It's because Prince didn't want another Prince in the Revolution release. He wanted a Prince release. So to say that that was actually their last album, like, no, it was Parade, y'all. I'm sorry. But I haven't actually, it's on my to-do list, but I haven't watched the actual interviews. So I am simply responding to what Gwen F has posted here and not to the Revolution, because I don't have their like exact quotes or anything. So I ain't starting no, like, not trying to start no drama. So with that in mind, let me see here. Bejeweled, thank you. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad I got your live. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. For me, it's I'm thinking about making it, going live, maybe a regular thing. I was doing it once a month. Maybe I'll do it once a week, maybe twice a month, something like that. Because I really do like coming on here, and it's very kind of like it's low. It's low stakes. I can come on here and we can talk about whatever we want, and I can just engage directly with you. And then during the week, then, I can put up actual edited videos. And it's been tough too, because, I not only have this channel, but I have a couple of other channels, and I've been leaving them by the wayside as well, just in my inability to get anything done. So, I mean, that's just how that works. Hey, Drea, nice to see you as well. So with all of that said, we have actually been here for almost an hour, and that's not it. I guess that's kind of including the, I believe, 2 minutes at the very beginning where I had muted myself. I can't wait to go and erase that, so nobody sees how much of a dunce I am. But no, so just a few things. Definitely, if you want to join and support Prince's Friend, you can become either a YouTube member. You can hit the join button right there. There's also links in the description for that, or you can go to patreon.com/Prince's Friend. That's also another thing you can do. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Prince's Friend YT. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I haven't actually posted that often to those things. Like I said, in last week, I didn't really do much of anything. I did recently post to, I don't remember which one it was. It might be all three, but I posted myself doing the Beatles' Let It Be on my piano because I found the sheet music for that, and I was like, whoa. I could play that. I know those notes. I always love it when I'm like I like it clicks in your brain and you're like, oh, I can read that music and I can play that. Like it's amazing. So don't forget to go check out patreon.com/princessfriend. There's some exclusive stuff over there. Still, I haven't brought it all over to everybody, to the public, but there's still some exclusive stuff over there. Follow me on social media. Obviously, I want to thank everybody who is a member and has supported the show. Again, that's God, you guys are so awesome with just how amazing you guys are. So Connie, you say Prince has so many reworked songs from reworked songs. You never know he was a perfectionist, and yeah, and that's definitely true. I love hearing like a song from like the 2000s and hearing a song from like the early 90s, and you're like, oh, I see the connection. I see he was working on this and it ended up becoming that. Like, I love that sort of thing. I feel like that's where Prince really excels. And I have experienced that firsthand. Like, I wrote a song called Your Secrets, and I wrote that song like 2 months ago. And like I said, me and my band have kind of taken off a month, but now we're coming back to it and I'm listening to it and I'm like, so there's some good stuff in here. So I'm going to take this stuff out and I'm going to add this stuff back in, and we're going to extend that part. We're going to cut that part. And like, it's the same song, but it's becoming a different song. So it's really interesting. Again, it's like, I kind of get why Prince would say like, hey, if you don't make music, I don't want to talk to you. Like, because there's a process to making music, and then that process gets thrown out of the window while you're actually making music. So, yeah. So just saying. I have been meaning to check out your other channels. I got to go check them out. Oh, thank you. So the channels that I have, I guess just to mention that, there's Princess Friend here. I have one called Eloy the Saint. That's my gaming channel. That's where I talk about my other job, which is doing tabletop gaming. And I'm actually going to be going and doing a live stream there at 2. So that should be fun. I also have one called MPQ Mastery, where I do videos about my very favorite mobile game called Marvel Puzzle Quest. And then I have one called The Turnout, and that's where I do reviews for movies and TVs. And like the last thing that I did was we did kind of a rundown of all of the MCU things that are coming out. And I was talking with actually another YouTuber named Maria Park, who has a channel called Approach the Nerd. She's very awesome. If you guys are into that sort of thing, feel free to subscribe to her as well. But yeah, there's a lot of conversations to be had outside of Prince that I try not to bring in here, because you guys are here to hear about Prince and about music. Like I don't mind talking about my band here, because I feel like Prince is kind of the reason that I'm even making music. So like it just makes sense to talk about it here. So yeah, so there you go. Let me see. You should review New Edition Heartbreak, because most of the songs on the album were produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I'll definitely, I can throw it on the list. I got a lot of albums to review. Like I really want to hit some Fiona Apple. I did one album for her, and I've done 2 for 311, but I want to go back to doing 311 reviews as well. I kind of want to get their discography. I want to get all of them done. So yeah, so there you go. Good luck with your music and the band. I would love to hear some of the music. Thank you. Just to give everybody, expectations. I definitely lean more into the rock and slightly darker moods. So it's definitely that, but there's some funk in there, and we'll have some music soon. You guys will hear. I'll definitely be talking about it here. I mean, that would be silly for me not to. What do I think of Side of the Time Super Deluxe so far? I love it. And I love some aspects of it more than others. And wait for the review. You'll get more. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a different background here. I'm switching my office around a bit. So that's actually what I was doing right before I jumped on here. And let's see. Yeah, I guess that's it. AJ Clayton, first time that you've been in a live stream. You usually see the recording. Well, thank you for showing up. Artful, thank you for showing up as well. I always love to see you. Glad to hear that I'm a band. Yeah, we've been making music for I think like 3 months, maybe 4, and it took a while. You know, at first we were mostly just trying to feel each other out and get a sense for each other's musical stylings and how we can mesh together. But yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there, and that's actually, I guess, that's my last channel. I have a 5th channel, which is called Strays of the World, which is the name of the band. So feel free to go and subscribe to that channel as well if you want to be the first ones to get alerts when we start releasing music. It's amazing. Yeah, because we have some singles that'll probably be coming out soon, and then leading up to an EP. So it's going to be fun. Anyway. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go eat some lunch before my 2 o'clock. Then I'm gonna be on my other channel called Aloy the Saint. Again, if you want to go over there, you can feel free to sub over there, and then you'll see me talking about gaming related things. So, thank you to everybody who was here. Thank you for everybody who showed up. We ended up like over 80 people at as our big number. So thank you. The channel is still going. I've been slow on the uploads, but as soon as those Sign of the Times releases start coming, they gonna come. So get ready for the what's the word? The torrent. Get ready for a torrent of videos coming at you. So thank you for coming to Prince's Friend. May you live to see the dawn. Love you all. I'll check you guys in the next video.